gonna pour my soda. Oh, okay, I guess we're on. Even though YouTube always has that weird minus 36. Or that's just a delay, I don't know. Maybe it's the buffer. Guten Tag, everyone. Hello, Titan Dragon. Hello, Noob Master. I'm gonna wait till that gets to 0. The elapsed time. We are at -10 right now, but if you can hear me, you can hear me. Tonight we're gonna do an Artcast. That's what I wrote down. Yeah, Artcast. Okay. Tonight, this is a little pre-prepared. Also, check this out. I found how to work the filters. Check this shit out. We're gonna do filters. Saturation. I can play with it immediately. Did that actually? Yeah. Occupancy. Ooh. So cool. Okay, anyway, I can hit cancel on this, right? Or close. Okay. Well, either way. Hey, Mr. Bozo the Clown. Hello, Russian letters that I can't read. Neba? Anyway, hello. Wow. Everybody just jumped on. But anyway, tonight we're going to just do a little pre-recorded Artcast that I've done. I've collected a bunch of these. Let me just... Oh, also, OBS figured out you can just drag and drop shit. Yeah, look at that. Wait, is that starting from the beginning? Yeah, I think that is. That's a good place to start. Anyway, let me adjust this. This was a commission. It was Katella, I think that's her name. Katella from The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Wait. Oh, this is Katella's catch. This is totally that wrong preview that I just showed you. That was a different one. Same commissioner though. Huh. Here, let me just hop on and get what that actual picture will look like. Let me close my folder. Hello, James Works. How's it going? Yeah, let me jump on real quick. Chadroko at deviantart.com. I should probably put that in the... Damn YouTube, there's no like annotations or anything anyway. Katella. Yeah, we're gonna be doing... I've done 3 of these. One was a request. 2 were commissions. 2 were commissions, 1 was a request. Here we go. Yeah, just drag and drop. There we go. That's what this one's supposed to look like eventually. Maybe I'll just leave that here. Actually, I should leave it right here. But yeah, she's just, I think they didn't, I forget what that guy's name is. That was another Sega character that they wanted. That was the rhythm game for the Dreamcast. I just got the idea to include him. The original request was, or the commission was, to have her just shaking maracas. Maybe with the hat. I don't remember. I can't remember. But I just kind of added the whole scenario where she caught... oh, I'm sure one of you guys are just screaming at me. You saw Spider-Man Homecoming? Yeah. It means Ivan. Okay, so that's how you spell Ivan. Cool. Oh, are we shitting our pants? No. No, YouTube. We are strong and stable. We are fine right now. We are in the green. We only have 31 drop frames, and I'm almost certain that's just because I hit enter. Samba de Amigo. That's right. That's what it was. But anyway, I think I came up with the scenario that she caught him, and that's why she has his stuff. For those who don't know or may not know, like the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Huh. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Something just popped up in the corner. Oh, wow. This is before I even started using second monitors. So I had to go back and forth between references. God, that was such a pain in the ass. You ever get used to something and it's like, oh my God, how did I ever live without this one thing that I just take really for granted right now, like second monitors and pure reference. But anyway, yeah. For those who don't know, the character that I'm drawing, she on Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, the wackier Sonic cartoon, she was a huntress. I think a space huntress. I think she was actually an alien. So. Yeah, that was weird enough. Then, let's see. So yeah, I forget what, and I think she was actually in love with Robotnik. Like, not unironically. It was weird. But anyway, I recorded a bunch of these. Because this was before I figured I could do streaming, or before I knew this actual settings to do it. But I had the wherewithal to figure out, okay, well, people upload these videos all the time. I could at least save them until I was ready to do something with them. And, I was right. I can just upload I can stream the whole video file while I'm doing this. And this shouldn't take long. I think the original thing that I uploaded is maybe like an hour and 40 minutes. In fact, I can check that right now if I so choose. In fact, yeah. Come on. Oh, downloads today. Windows 10 is a bit weird. It's got a weird layout. Yeah, Katella's Catch. 1 hour and 42 minutes. So that shouldn't be too bad. I said I was going to cut it down to 1 hour, but that's the original video file. I was going to also stream Dipper and Pacifica Eat Nachos. And that's only 1 hour and 13 minutes. And again, I knew I was going to broadcast this stuff, so yeah, I recorded that line art of me just doing the little drawing of Pacifica doing the nachos. Why do I have a little circle there over her boobies? That's her shoulder. Okay, yeah. This was also before I started working with the different pins that I like and the occupancies and stuff like that. Have I ever heard of the Pirates of Blackwater? Of course I've heard of that. I saw that originally when it was on Saturday morning, and then it was constantly on reruns when Cartoon Network was running it. But yeah, the Dipika, the Dipika eating nachos together. I think that'll be another stream for another night. But I just chose this one. Yeah, look, I'm opening up different image files and bringing them forward. God, that's insane. What is this? Yeah, this is my laptop. So Oh, today is James Ralph's birthday? Oh, well, good for him. I am a little worn out today. I have footage, but it won't download. I took a photo of the leak we had out there. It hit the roof again with the length of it. So I took a photo of it and I was like, oh, I'll show the guys today. But it won't download off my phone for some reason. Actually, I saved it to the Google Drive, and the Google Drive won't download it fast enough for some reason. It says there's no data attached to it. So I was like, screw it. But anyways, I've been up since 5 o'clock, got out there, found not one, but 2 other leaks. So that was fun. Then went out running around with Grandma because she wanted to run around. I wanted to get more of these little leak couplings and have them in case there were any more leaks. So I said, I'm going to run up. And she said, no, wait, I'll run up with you because I want to go to the library and the dollar store. Which is actually not the dollar store. It's actually Big Lots. I don't know why she keeps calling Big Lots that. But, Harry Potter? Anytime I hear the word nachos, I think of the line from this film with Kylo Ren and Harry Potter. I just had sex and I'm about to eat nachos. This is the greatest moment of my life. What movie is that? But anyway, getting back to today's journey, which is the only way I can describe it. So anyway, it's like 2 more hours before she's ready to go. So that's my morning, kind of piddled away. Then we go to Walmart. I get more of those couplings. She gets money returned to her when she uses her debit card because she wants to pay me money for fixing it. I was like, no, don't do that. Sure enough, I was right to say so because she thinks she's lost $20, but she hasn't. It fell in between the car cushion. But she goes in and the cashier was like, oh, I guess I didn't give you the money. And so she hands him some more money. I find it later, and so I have to go down to Walmart to return $20 because that's just fair. But that's we run around, we do fine. I got Banicula from the library, so that's kind of a good thing to have. But anyway, returning this $20 to Walmart was a task in itself because I talked to a bunch of cashiers and I'm like, I don't want this one cashier who may or may not have lost $20 to get in trouble. But I'm waiting there. I'm asking 3 other cashiers to call a manager to the front, and I think one didn't understand what I wanted them to do. And I finally get the manager there after sitting there for about 10 minutes. And I honestly was like, okay, I'm just thinking about pocketing the 20. I'm trying to do the right thing, but there's a huge line of customer service of people trying to return different things. Yeah. So yeah, it's just it's one of those issues where it's like, oh well, trying to do the right thing ends up being a little bit more obnoxious than just blowing it off. Because my mother did that once. My mother got extra money from the store. She tried to return it from Bash's or something. And the store manager was like, oh, well, no, just keep it. And she says, really? It's just oh, well, yeah, because it's kind of a wash. He basically admitted that the store will overcharge people sometimes. And that, her getting extra groceries out of a situation that was fine. But anyway, I don't know where I'm so tired. That's another thing. that, and then I came back home. I had to clean up a vacuum, repair that. And then, out of nowhere, Grandma wants to have stir-fry tonight. She says, oh boy, let's make stir-fry. She loves it. She loves making it. Actually, she only loves making the sauce because that's all she does. When she says, ooh, let's make stir-fry, it involves me cutting up the vegetables, me cutting up the meat, me making the rice just the right way because I'm the only one that can do it. I'm just kind of... And I'm all this time today. I'm thinking of, oh God, I could do a commission. I could be working. I could be doing a video. But anyway, I love her. I love her. I love my family. My mom came out there watching American Gladiator or whatever. But anyway, that's my day. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow will just be a little bit more me time. But anyway, enough me venting. Do I know Joe Lasco? Yes, I do. And I'm glad to report that I was looking at a different... I was concerned about good old Joe because I was concerned because I couldn't find his accounts on Tumblr. Turns out they were different accounts. So, I mean, he had one, I guess it was disabled a long time ago. He's still posting, he's still making great art, so that's good. That's real good. And yes, I do know his artwork. I've been on one of his, not podcasts, just his streams. We were talking one time. Great guy. Fantastic artwork. Let's see. Hello, 27 CMD. Wait, what? What, Tad? What are you talking about? But that's the thing. How to make it interesting? Because what I have is a spear of great hidden power in the temple. What? Okay. Anyway, here I am making the little sombrero. I must have done this. I know this was years ago because I actually... I don't know why, but I'm thinking of a dentist office. And I had to go get a... I had a chip in one of the back molars, and I had to get that taken care of. So I remember... Not drawing this in the dentist's office because I drew a picture of Molly. That was the year I was desperately trying to do a drawing a day. Not desperately. I managed to do one drawing one day. So, ever want to work on Rick and Morty? Yeah, that sounds good. But I remember drawing Molly from Tasmania. In the dentist's office, but I guess I must have been working on this around the same time. Actually, no. What I'm thinking of is I was working on the other one, the other picture that this was from. So yeah, that's weird. It's just it's weird how artwork. I trigger memories with my artwork sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, that's what I was doing when I was drawing this, or that was what was on my mind, or I actually go back and I look at all those drawings of the drawing a day thing, and I'm like, oh wow, I've got 360 different drawings, and I can actually kind of remember what each day was like because of it. I guess that's why people keep journals, like actual journals. If I had to do this now, I would probably like recreate that net in. I would either make a pattern out of in Illustrator, or I would actually. I would probably actually just create it in Blender. I would create it in Blender, and then I would import like a like a PNG of the line drawings. Because as you can see, she's done. And now I'm just working on the net. And the pattern, repetitious, is that a word? Anyway, repeating patterns and stuff, that always takes a while to make it look good. Am I drawing? What was I drawing? I was drawing the picture there in the corner, Katella. I should, I guess, talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. I actually prefer this series to the Sonic Sad AM. Although I love that one. I love that one because the comic books was based off that one. And I do love the comic books. I loved the comic books for many, many years. I think I stopped. I can't remember when I stopped, but I collected those for quite a while. But anyway, I think this cartoon series was more interesting, just production-wise, because the Sonic Sat AM, everything always took place either like a temple or the desert or a field, not a field, the forest, or in Robotropolis, and it was either like green or gray or dark black, and I just think this one had a lot more variety with what was going on. And I think the comic books were able to pull away because the comic books were the comic books, and you could do anything, or you can do more with the comic book. At least I think so. I mean, this was Deke Animation, and this was not like 80s Deke Animation where they had like Ghostbusters budget to kind of mess around with those studios. This was the 90s. They had limited budgets, and also this was at the time where not only was Power Rangers absolutely killing Sonic the Hedgehog in the ratings, it was also around the time where Disney bought not NBC, ABC. Disney bought ABC. And if you don't think Disney is going to slowly take over Marvel, just see what happened to NBC at the time. That was around the time where TGI Friday, every family in the TGI Friday lineup went to Disneyland. They had the Full House goes to Disneyland, and Family Matters goes to Disneyland. Roseanne goes to Disneyland. Because you might as well advertise the hell out of your theme park. And anyway, they canceled all the cool cartoons they had, like Bump in the Night and Reboot. Got booted out the door. So yeah. Hello, Copy and Paste Hero. Now, what do I think of Sonic Boom? Sonic Boom is an entirely different beast. Because it's an issue about the smaller budget. It doesn't have the same problem as Sonic Sat AM, because Sonic Sat AM tried to be epic, and it did actually in a matter of ways. I mean, there's episodes where Sally or they got caught, or characters straight up died, or not died but roboticized. But there's that one episode with Cat. Remember Cat? No, of course you don't, because he only appeared in one episode and he got totally taken away. But yeah, they did their thing their way. Sonic Boom it's a slice of life story. It's not an epic adventure. Pardon me, I hit the microphone. It is a slice of life. Slice of life comedy. I remember one episode where Knuckles becomes mayor, and he at first I thought I'd hate his redesign and his personality makeover, but he is pretty funny. Like Sonic, Sonic doesn't fight a giant robot. Well, he kind of does, but it's like a little piddly little action sequence. But Sonic doesn't know how to swim, as usual, and everyone's getting mad at him. He says, "No, I didn't go to the swimming classes with the kids because they're all mean to me and they make fun of me." And then Knuckles says, "Well, that's why you got to look at the biggest one. You got to pick out the biggest one there, and you gotta attack him." And Amy goes, "No, Knuckles, that's prison." And then Knuckles' response is, "Only if you let it be." Which is... Knuckles is a thug life. Who knew? But again, it's a kind of... I think it's done in a... It's a French studio that's doing it. It doesn't have nearly the same budget as, say... Miraculous Ladybug. I've seen a couple of episodes of that. That's weird. That's like their version of Sailor Moon, really. But it's weird. It is a slice of life show, which it is. Sonic shouldn't be a slice of life show, but it is. It's kind of like my expectations I had for Yokai Watch. I look at the video game. It's about these little monsters that are fighting. So I assumed that the show is going to be like, oh, this epic adventure, and they're going to show, they're going to show different people training and fighting their different monsters, and there's going to be like some sort of big monster, like maybe Digimon or something like that. And no, it's like one episode is the mother is making dinner, and a yokai comes in and makes her nibble on the meal, snack on it before dinner time, and that's the big dilemma for the episode. There's one episode where there's a yokai who makes you dress up like a weirdo. You don't have any kind of fashion sense. And that was one dilemma, because the mother was heading towards the school and she was dressed in this big weird outfit, and he's like, "Oh no, I gotta stop my mom." It's like, that's it. One yokai wanted to steal a screw from a vacuum cleaner. That's it. That was the dilemma. So it's like, but I like Yokai Watch. I love it. I love Komasan. So yeah, it's like, wow, that's really unexpected, but they still managed to make a good show out of it all. I especially love Styx, the paranoid, just the paranoid, like almost like a Dale character out of the series. She's probably in running to beat Bunny Rabbit. Take that for what it means. But anyway, I flipped this upside down so I can actually get a better look at what I'm doing. God, I haven't even started inking. This is going to be crazy. Of course, let me see. Did I color the lines? No, the lines are not colored on this one. So that's why this is before I started coloring the lines. So that's why it's going to actually save me a lot of time. Hey Joe, what do you know? But anyway, yeah, that's Sonic Boom. It's interesting. I mean, like I said, the animation budget is not there. It's mainly people sitting around and talking. But they make up for it with interesting dialogue. especially like Burger World or Average Burger or whatever it's called. There was one line in there where it's like he's looking at the employee handbook and he says, and remember, he's reading from it, and remember, the customer is always, and it's obviously always right, but he looks at it and he says, oh, no, that must be a typo. Well, the delivery was a lot better, but, you know. Oh, I should probably actually change that. Thank you for reminding me. Hello, Lucky Owl. Yeah, it's not supposed to... It's not Kotella's coat. It's Kotella's, I don't know, catch? Yeah, let's go with that. Kotella's catch. Yeah? Okay, you need any help out?
Yeah, I just need you to
Okay, hold on a second, guys. Okay, never fails. Never fails. And did that stop? Oh, no, that didn't stop. I'm looking at the YouTube feed. Okay. Do. I'm going to play a game called Victorina, a steampunk RPG. Very good. Okay, and here comes the lines. Again, like I said, this was before I started using colored lines, so it actually went a lot faster. But that's okay, because the background is a little bit more evolved than I would actually do. I actually really dig that background where it's just the circle. I actually should have kept that motif up because, let's see, I guess I could talk about the other picture. Let's look at the downloads today. I love that I figured this out now, that I can just download or just like bring in different pictures. Yeah, I should have kept the motif. I should have, yeah, this commission was, ooh, I want her in a fur coat, but I want a picture of her from behind, but I want to see the fur. This was actually a brilliant little compromise that I came up with, where it's like, oh, I want to see the character from the front and the back. It's like, wait, what? Okay. But anyway, I should have kept the motif and included this in a circle. But I wasn't thinking about that. Do I want to? Yes, please. Anyway. Hey, JMD, how's it going? Call of Cthulhu. I still got to do that card game. But yeah, anyway, yeah, black lines. I kind of miss doing black lines because black lines are just so. But on the other hand, color lines they blend the form a lot better. I just like the way they look. Let's look cleaner. Actually, I don't know. This looks pretty clean. Yes, JMD. I think you've done a couple of these for the commissioner. He's a good guy. I talk to him a lot sometimes. AKC 216. 217, pardon me. The door behind me just closed. I guess it's just the air conditioning. That little nose. I didn't keep that. Yeah, I guess I did. I kept the little black outline of the nose. Huh, weird. Oh, that's because I'm just focusing on what the cartoon did. And the cartoon had that weird little it's not really a nose, it's a shading of a nose. But anyway, yeah, the commissioner's a good guy. He posts Disney comics over on 4chan back when I was hanging out there a lot. Mainly like Disney afternoon stuff, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, stuff like that. What do I think of Lucy Hart? I don't know who that is. She reminds me of Cousin Mel from Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer movie. Interesting that you should say that, because the voice actress did appear in Grandma Got Run Over by the Reindeer, but she was the lawyer. The thumbnail is misleading. What's wrong with the thumbnail? I didn't even upload a thumbnail. What thumbnail is it? I have Artcast, Katella's Catch. Let's do an Artcast. But anyway, yeah, I forget what her name was. Let's look that up real quick. I know she does a bunch of different voices. She's basically I like to think of her as the Canadian Kath Sose. Let's see. Sonic. She played Dot Matrix. Actually, instead of that, let's just look up Dot Matrix. She played Dot Matrix on Reboot. She played the mother on Johnny Test. She's a big Canadian voice actress. Oh, speaking of Kath Sose, is there any other way that she can earn a paycheck that doesn't involve working on those Tom and Jerry movies? Like, seriously. Okay. Reboot characters. God, I'm looking at season 1 Dot, and I'm looking at season 2 onward Dot, and they really managed to kind of update her. Wow. Okay, this is an in-depth Wikipedia. I'm just looking for a voice actress. Alternate timeline. Where's the voice? Come on. Okay, here we go. It's right here. Voice actress Kathleen Barr. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry, Ed Mario. What was the title card? What does it look like? Because again, I don't see. Hold on, I gotta close this. I'm eating all the internet up. Come on, OBS, stabilize. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the video froze. Okay. That was probably... By the way, when I was saving all these video files, I was using a different program. I was using something called... oh, God, what was it? So long ago, I didn't... Active Presenter, that's it. I was getting screen capture from Active Presenter. And that saved it as a... I don't know, it saved it as a flash file or something like that. Oh, that's the thumbnail? Yeah, well, that's a mistake. I downloaded the wrong video file. I thought this was something different. But either way, yeah, I had to save these in a different file, and then I would have to run them through a different program. I have to do this iframe, which is the program I used whenever the format doesn't fit with Lightworks. If I need if I need a different format, the one that Lightworks will accept. With this new computer, Lightworks will play about just about anything. Also, Lightworks updated itself, so you don't need to have the frames per second. They don't need to all be the same. Before that, they all needed to be... You had to have everything be either 24 or 30. You couldn't mix. Now they have a setting that allows you to mix, and it's a lifesaver, because I can just scan a DVD. If I need a clip from YouTube, I can download the clip, and I don't need to worry about the two killing each other in the editing process. But anyway, this process was a pain because, yeah, it was... Oh, speaking of pains, look at that. I'm making a circle. In Seiya, there's no circle function, so there's a way of using vector graphics program. Hitting delete will not delete anything. It will actually turn the frame. So if you do that enough, you will get a perfect circle. It's kind of a pain in the ass. That's why I like using Lazy Nezumi. It does other things, but that's one thing I like about it. Anyway, getting back to the filing format, when I do this, it would take like a whole day to like I would literally lose a day, whether editing this or editing a video for familiar faces. It would like be one day to take all the footage I need, especially on bigger projects, like let's say let's say, I'm trying to think of like examples. Oh, well, like any like Halloween, like the Halloween videos, I would literally have to like spend 2 days just converting the footage into all a single format in order to edit it all in Lightworks. So yeah, now I don't have to worry about that, because I either anticipate it or I now I just don't have to worry about it, because Lightworks finally got their shit together and they will let you mix the frame rates. It's beautiful. May I add you on my PS4 friends list? Yes, of course. Well, how would I do that? Ink Bleedful. Cool name. Ink Bleedful. What program is this? This is Seiya Paint or Saya or whatever. It's S-A. Yeah, you can even see it right there. S-A-I. Best stabilizer I've ever come across. I would like to save enough money to get a screen that I can just draw on, so I don't have to like use stabilizers for my $50 tablets. That would be very nice. But seriously, stabilizers, They're a godsend if you're an artist on a budget, because they actually turn the you can note me with your PS4 username. Okay? Let's trade usernames. Give me a DA note, and then we'll do that. Also, I figured out a way to do remote play on your computer. I didn't even know that was a thing. You download a program on to any computer that'll run it. Then you hook up your PlayStation remote or your PlayStation controller into the USB port with the connector, and you can play your PS4 games while you're away from home, as long as you always keep your PS4 in sleep mode, which I do not do because I don't want to waste the electricity. And that's the only time I would do it. I would never go to another person's house and then play. Actually, that would actually be pretty good. If yeah, I know, JMD. I saw your stream the other day. I was very impressed. But yeah, I need the stabilizer because I can't. I do little baby strokes when I used to draw on pencil. But no, I need the stabilizer. I'm not afraid to admit that. Plus, my tablet is the size of, it's super small. It's like the $40 model you get from Best Buy. But getting back to the remote play for PS4, that would actually be pretty good. Because I was always visiting family members I'm still visiting family members on the weekend. What am I talking about? But anyway, back when I was a kid, I was always visiting, family members. If they had a computer that could run that would be awesome. Because that way, you don't need... Chad, should I draw an extra thick female character? Yeah, I would vote for that. Sure. But anyway, the ability for a kid to take his controller and a cord and go to another person's house and play his video games on another person's computer, that would actually be an immense lifesaver for just that kid. Just something for him to do. It's kind of like how Grandma used to have cable way before my family had cable. So actually going to Grandma's was a real treat to do that because I got to see all sorts of weird TV shows that I couldn't. Summer was great because Summer you got all the reruns of TV shows. Like that's how I got introduced to the Teen Titans, because it was on Cartoon Network and we didn't have cable at the time. So go over to Grandma's, watch. Actually, my very first time watching the Teen Titans, we went to Disneyland, and we were in the hotel alone. I was in the hotel room alone. This was after we went to Disneyland. We had saw the fireworks show, and the whole place was getting super crowded, and I hated it. The parents went out for dinner somewhere, and I had one room alone to myself, which was great. I took a shower, I cleaned up, and then I went in. I just went and just turned on the TV, and boom, lo and behold, Teen Titans was on, and it was one of my favorite episodes. It was the episode where Lightning and Thunder show up, and Beast Boy pranks Starfire like super hard, and Starfire's just really like angry at her. And Slade kind of shows up, but it's not him. He's disguised as the old man, and it was super great. Then Adult Swim came on, and it was some weird show about a samurai with an eye patch, and he was dressed all in pink, and it was weird. There was a giant. But anyway, like a year after that, we got cable, and I watched all my favorite shows again. There was a period where I didn't have cable growing up. Grandma had it, so I used to go there and watch Doug and Rugrats and all those good shows over there. Then we had cable for like a little bit, like maybe 3 years. Then we got rid of it again. And then we got it again when like there was literally nothing on TV. And now we needed cable because the internet came with it. And now the cable doesn't come with the internet, but that's okay because screw cable. We've now have Netflix and YouTube and all sorts of other good things. Lupin the Third I actually really enjoyed. I watched, my introduction to Lupin was I think I saw a couple short clips on Cartoon Network. They used to run the show like I think the 1980s show. I think they used to run that on there. But my introduction was in the anime class I took in college, where we watched the opening scene, the car chase in class. I was like, oh god, that's awesome. God, I love TMS. Well, I used to. I think they make like Bakugan now or some other stuff like that. Well, but anyway, I want to finish my thought on the PlayStation Remote Play, because if I can figure out how to... The PS4 works fine, but it doesn't stream diddly squat. I'll just say that. The computer streams fine because I can change the buffering time. I have a huge graphics card that is actually somehow the graphics card I bought 2 years ago on the computer that's 4 years old, or like about 8 years old. The 2-year-old graphics card on the 8-year-old computer somehow streams better than the PS4. So if I can get the PS4 to actually show up on this computer screen and then stream that would be fine. It's still like really fuzzy. It's the resolution's not great. So if I can find a way to... Unfortunately, one of the limitations on this 8-year-old computer is the fact that it only has one Ethernet cord. So if I can get like a router and it doesn't screw up too much, then yeah, I could stream the PS4 to the computer and from the computer straight to your faces. That would actually be fun. That's actually a good point. Cable is still good, but then it went straight to premium. You do have like what was I gonna say? Like Star Versus and stuff like that. But yeah, it's behind a premium barrier. Okay, we'll see you, Tad. You be good. Oh, and I want to tell you guys, I got a golden epic from another Hearthstone deck that I was playing this morning. So I got a golden epic. I boiled it down, and I got the Jungle Quest for the one that reduces all of your monsters in your deck to 0. That was actually, that tripped me up a little bit, because I thought it was all your monsters are 0, including the ones in your hand. No, that's not the case. But I'd still steamroll everyone I can't come up against. So that's going to be fun streaming that. There. Okay, now I'm working on the color. You know, that's weird. Those two styles are actually kind of clashing. It's like she's fairly photogenic and fairly realistic compared to Robotnik and his big stretchy eyeballs. Did you know that the voice actor for Robotnik was a vocal artist, and I think he was in like a country band. If you just type in Robotnik song, you'll hear it, and he's actually he had a beautiful voice. Unfortunately, the voice actor for this Robotnik did pass away. Oh, Jade Spirit is an elemental now. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering why Jade Spirit wasn't an elemental. Also, I'm kind of waiting for Doomfist to show up. Oh, the Robotnik from Sonic the Animated Series, or the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm disappointed that Doomfist is just a guy. You know what I would really like in Overwatch? I kind of want just like a big monstery boss. I was really disappointed when they did the Uprising event. Because when they did that, it turns out that the bosses at the end were just 4 Orissas. They were just 4 Orissas at the end of a hallway, and that was it. And you kill those Orissas and you win. If it's a first-person shooter, I would very much like I would very much like it if they had like big first-person shooty bosses, you know, like the kind you see in Doom. You remember like the last stage in the new Doom. I haven't played the game, but I've seen the playthroughs and basically watched the movies because it's fun to do sometimes. And there's like this big brain guy, and it's got attacks and patterns and stuff. I would like it if Overwatch came up with one big villain. Like if at the end of Uprising there was like one giant robot it smashed through the roof, and you actually had to like destroy him. Like say it had weak spots that only like Pharah or Genji could get to by like running on its legs or jumping up or shooting it from above. Like it was like part platform, like a Metal Gear. That's what I'm thinking of. Like I want Metal Gear bosses in Overwatch. But the problem is that's an asset. And when you're working on assets, you got to make it so that the assets play off. The assets are then playable to other players. That's why they came up with Uprising after they released Orisa. Because then you can have 4 Orissas at the end of a hallway and call that a boss battle. Or you spend all your time making new skins to pay back on a $60 game. Which, I don't mind the skins. I honestly don't mind. And actually, I've gotten more fun out of Overwatch than I have any other game playing online. Actually, if I had connected the Wii to online, I think I would have had a lot of fun playing it. But at the time, the Wii was mainly my brother's. He wanted the Wii. I really didn't want it. I didn't even look into online play on the Wii. I assume it had it because you had the store. But anyway, I would like them to. I would very much like them to actually, like, I thought Doomfist was actually going to be not a guy, but mainly like an event, like an actual thing. And it also kind of takes away from his mystique now that anyone can be him. The Wii had no online? Then what am I thinking of? Are you sure the Wii didn't have any online mode? Okay, well, I guess I wasn't. I guess that's it. Now I remember the Dreamcast having an online mode. Not online playable, but I remember you can like get on the internet with it. I got a Dreamcast at the Wii did have online. Okay, so it did. I figured because they had the Wii store and they were selling points for that. But getting back to the Dreamcast, I remember getting the Dreamcast super cheap for like one summer, my birthday, because I wanted to play the Sonic the Hedgehog game, and so I got that, and it was a huge bundle because it was hemorrhaging sales. So I got Sonic Adventures, I got Sonic Adventures 2, I got Jet Set Radio, which is an awesome game. It is so cool. I got Sonic Shuffle, which actually I really digged. I really dug the hell out of that. I played more Sonic Shuffle than any Mario Party game ever. Because I liked it. It was more kind of skill based than Mario Party. It's like you lost. There was randomization in Sonic Shuffle, but if you lost games, then you lost your games. And you got to kind of choose where you wanted to move because you would then use the cards. And you earned more cards by playing more games, and that's how you moved around faster. And then, of course, I bought, like, the Atari... Oh, God, what was it? It was, like, the Atari collection and just a whole bunch of, like, anthologies. Like, I remember Time Crisis was on one thing. I didn't have a controller to shoot, so I ended up using the gamepad, but I ended up getting pretty far in that game. Do I think My Little Pony can save 2D animation? Well, not that 2D animation. Wait. Too lazy to show footage of Sonic Shuffle? Cough, cough. Oh well. See ya. I haven't shown any footage of any of the other stuff I'm talking about. I don't care if it, I mean, like, I haven't played a Mario Party game in, like, forever, but I remember really liking Sonic Shuffle. What else was there? Oh, I played, like, Light Force 3 on the Dreamcast because I had that aforementioned anthology collection. And, yeah, I really... That was a fun game. Different RPG. Really different. Oh, it's a joke on YouTube back when you couldn't show footage of... Wait, you can't show footage of Sonic Shuffle on YouTube? Really? Was it just one of those things where, like, the people didn't want... I mean, the company just, like, pissed itself when you wanted to? Huh, weird. What am I thinking of here? Why am I using white? Huh. I think I'm going to be changing that to black pretty soon. But, ooh, May. Yeah, May's a pretty good character. I need to draw May sometime. Like, waiting for Grandma to get ready this morning, I played a few rounds of Overwatch. I'm actually trying to get really good at Reinhardt. I haven't... I can't really... I find him very difficult to play. At least I did. I'm getting pretty good. I kind of know when to raise and drop the shield in order to move fast. Like, I've different characters, and counting bullets is a weird thing you have to do as Reinhardt. You have to kind of like, okay, well, this one person, he's like, this soldier is such easy to count his bullets because he's 25 and it goes bah, 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 and you see him reload, you drop your shield, you head straight towards him, and then you start shooting again, and you raise your shield and you drop your shield again when he runs out. If you can figure out how to count the bullets of your enemies, and you can be a really effective Reinhardt. Some people like Reinhardts are insanely weak to tracers. I find if the tracer is good and they stay out of the range of the hammer swipes. But anyway, that reminds me, I was playing him and I was playing May. You have an idea for familiar faces? Well, shoot. Ah, there we go. I've been bending over this whole time towards the microphone. Now I'm right in front of it, which is nice. Anyway, yeah, this was a fun commission to do. This, like I said, back in the day, like now, I would have used Blender to make the outline of to model the net, basically, because that would have been easier. That would have been one circle of net with the knobs, and then I just array that, which is basically duplicating that in a circle. I would make a straight line of all those, and then I would use a lasset deform to kind of squish those in to make the perfect circle cylinder thing. Like, I mean, now I know how to do that, but back then I wouldn't have even known. what to do. For example, for this one, the mirror itself, these crystals, I made those in Blender. So that's how I knew the pattern was. I made one crystal, duplicated it a bunch, and then stretched out the last maybe 2 or 3 to make it look like, oh, it's like ice crystals. And I just painted over the snow, and I painted in and then textured and filled it out. Sierra, if you want to do a familiar faces on mythological creatures. Mythological creatures. Ooh, Robocon. Okay. I'll look into that. No, I don't know what mythological creatures I would do. I mean, I did the Krampus. The tiniest waist. Yeah, she does have a pretty tiny waist. Let's see what. I know I've got some other stuff here. Artwork. Okay, yeah. Here's something I wanted to do. Like I've been experimenting with textured drawings in like Gravity Falls trees. That's one thing I've been working on to figure out how to make that look better. That way I can just like put the trees anywhere I want to. What's here? What do I have? I have tons of grass field. I should clean this out. What's this? I'm sorry, I'm just looking through my files. Hold on a second. Yeah, photo gallery, photos. Open this up. Out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, I just decided to start modeling that strawberry girl from OKKO. I mean, I didn't get far. I just did it. I gotta start doing more impressions. I gotta start making more videos, but the problem is that my work station, my work area, it gets so freaking hot. I could probably get up tomorrow and start filming some stuff. I probably will do that now that there's no more leaks and I don't need to run around anywhere. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump up and just grab a cup of coffee and start talking. I have a new thrifty find I could put up. Let me get that done. I could probably work on I don't know. We should just get to work on other things. God, let's see. We are now 1 minute and 14. Okay, and this will go on for another 30 minutes or so. Anyway, let me think of another topic to think about. Oh, like I said, went to the library, got the first season of Bunnicula, or the first half of it. It's got 20 episodes on it. So that'll be fun to look at. Have I ever watched or actively watched Kolchak, the Night Stalker? Yes. They used to show Kolchak, the Night Stalker, on Sci-Fi Channel. It was a great show. It was about a reporter who went... He was a reporter who, for some reason, always reported on the supernatural, weird things that would happen. Now, that show was great. He fought like witches and demons and stuff like that. It was cool. They tried to remake it, update it. Like, it was weird. When the original, it was like this like old guy. It was kind of like Murder, She Wrote, but he's not that old. But he was like weird. He had this trench coat and a weird frumpy hat that he would have. He was not a stylish dresser. And then they updated it and they made it like super bland. They like tried to the only analog I could think of at the time, they tried to make it look like X-Files / I don't know, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, except without the kitsch. They tried to make it like moody and dramatic. Yeah, I guess I could do a Familiar Faces on Kolchak. Just between like the fun original series, because it really was kind of fun. Oh, hey, Zero. And I could do the I can like talk about the new one. The only one about the new one I remember is there was something about wax dolls. Or there was another one about a vampire lady or something. And the only one I can really remember from the original one was the one where everybody in the, like, there was a bunch of swastikas getting painted all over the neighborhood. This Jewish neighborhood. And for some, all these Jewish people, these older Jewish people, they were like freaked out, and they were like, "Oh no!" And, they're like, someone's running around putting these hate symbols all around. It turns out that the swastikas were being painted the right way, because as everyone knows or may not know, the Nazis took the symbol, the swastika, and they flipped it around. And they flipped it around and they said, "Original symbol, do not steal." Oh god, that reminds me, the Tom and Jerry movie. They have the audacity to put underneath Tom and Jerry and Willy Wonka, or Tom and Jerry Visit Willy, or whatever it is, and then underneath it says "Original movie." That's crazy. That reminded me of that so much. But anyway. Turns out, like, this Indian holy man was putting the swastikas around the neighborhood in order to fight this demon that was just running around. The Rakshasha. That's right. So you know what I'm talking about, that episode. Kolchak is looking at all this, and he meets the holy man, and he's like, why are you painting all these, the whore in the heights? Okay, that's what it is. Actually, let me look up the list of all those old shows. Kolchak, the Night Stalker. I remember they released it was like a movie that they released on DVD back in when I was working at Best Buy. Yeah, okay, yeah, he looks like he's dressed up like Matlock. The character originated as an unpublished novel, The Kolchak Papers. So it was an unpublished novel. Then The Night Stalker was a 1972 film. ABC approached Rice and offered an option for The Kolchak Papers, which was eventually adapted by Richard. I don't know who that is. Let's see. It was produced. First aired in 1972. Garnered the highest ratings of any TV movie at the time. Wow. That's pretty good. And then there was a sequel, The Night Strangler. Impressed by the sex of the TV show, ABC commissioned to write a second movie, which featured another serial killer in Seattle who strangled his victims using their blood to keep himself alive for over a century. So basically a vampire. Okay. Unproduced scripts, The Eve of Terror. What if I told you that a deranged feminist murdered a Casanova lab technician, a sex goddess, and her purveyor? Wow, that's weird. Well, what is it? I mean, okay. Well, that's just The Night Stalker. This is just that. I'm looking for the TV series. Here we go. No, that's the 2000. Remade in 2005 for ABC. How many episodes did it have? Okay, so it only had 12 episodes. The Burning Man is the one episode I'm thinking of. How many episodes in The Night Stalker? The original. Come on. List of episodes. Okay. The original series ran for, wow, only 22. Oh, wait, no. 20 episodes. Wow. Okay. That's weird. Oh, thanks, Lotso Flogs. Wow, so the original series only ran 20 episodes, but they ran it all the time on sci-fi. Man, cable really got a lot out of just rerunning a ton of stuff. I remember when Cartoon Network had Clerks on. They basically ran the whole series, which was only like 6 episodes, each and every weekend, or like 2 episodes every weekend, like on Sunday or something. They would have 2 episodes back to back, and they like did that for like half a whole year. They like got half a year's worth of cartoons or airtime out of 6 episodes. But anyway, like the first episode is The Ripper. So yeah, like the Jack the Ripper is a vampire, I guess. Episode 2, The Zombie. A grandmother seeks revenge for her grandson's death by turning him into a zombie to do her bidding. Okay, I hope that wasn't the twist. I hope these aren't the twists. They have been, they are, and they will be. Also known as UFO. Invisible aliens sucks down the bone marrow of its victims while it makes repairs and looks for directions home. Okay. Wow. This is the only story where Kolchak actually fails to stop the monster. Holy crap. So he basically just eats people and then runs. Sheesh. The vampire, the werewolf. Okay, I'm starting to see why this didn't last too long. These are a little bit formulaic. The Devil's Platform. A politician. Okay, well, that's it. That's all I need to read of that synopsis. A politician makes a pact with the devil. Who would have known? Everybody, really. But yeah, that actually seems like a pretty good Familiar Faces. I could watch about 20 episodes of that show and the new one and be like, hey, this is weird and wacky. Because they are both really super products of their time. Like, I'd say Kolchak is like pre-X-Files, like 1975 X-Files. But I'm guessing I'm guessing murder mysteries were still popular back then. And that 2005 one, I remember that being just like super basic. There we go. I guess I changed the line work to green so I can get that out there. What other shows did I watch on Sci-Fi? They had like weird mysteries, or those weird mystery shows. Even before Ghost Chasers or Ghost Hunters were a thing. No, not murder mysteries. Yeah, they used to have like unexplained mysteries, or like, ooh, ghost photography, and ooh, spirits and ghosts, or like in the woods, there's like aliens and like weird stuff like that was produced on Sci-Fi. What else was there? To this day, I remember watching a weird movie on Sci-Fi Channel. It was about a scientist, and he replaced his hands. He like grew new hands or new arms, and the arms had tentacles that could fit inside him. And they had like super strength, and they could run around on their own. And it had like Cajun pirates, and it took place in a marsh. I've said this to people beforehand, and no one else seems to know what I'm talking about. He was like in a wheelchair, I think he was in a wheelchair. He was definitely in a wheelchair at the end, and it had something to do with like a giant mutant making blender or something. Like there was this horrible twist at the end. Not horrible, but just like bad for the main character. But that's okay because it was a horror movie. God, if anyone knows what I'm talking about, it. Like, I remember watching that. I remember watching a ton of great movies on Sci-Fi. Was there a monkey? Yes. I think there may have been a monkey in the movie. I think he was like a friend to one of the pirates. Because I think they were pirates. They were basically people that attacked this compound, which is like a something in the bayou, or and there were 3 mutant hands that were interchangeable. Like this scientist, he made like 3 mutant hands, and they ran around and they killed people. It almost sounds like something Full Moon would make. God, maybe I'll type it. Let me just type that in and see. God, how would I even type that in? Killer, no, not killer arms or killer hands. Sci-fi channel arms. I wouldn't even know how to like. God, that's something I would actually like. Act. I can't talk. I would inquire Google about what that could be. Like, how would I even put it? As we say in the bayou, bayou. Huh. God, how was it? Okay, I gotta think about how to even word this. Sci-fi horror movie arms? Mutant Chronicles. The Signal, no. Wait, is this it? 50 Forgotten Horror Movies. No, that's a robot arm. No, that's Virus. Well, maybe this article will do it. Guardian of the Universe, Solar Crisis, I Come in Peace, Hardware, no, Moon, Space Invade. Oh, that's bullshit. What is this? Den of Geek? That's not a horror movie. Wait, is this sci-fi or a horror movie? Sci-fi movies. Okay, that's my problem. Den of Geek. Let me think. Story identification. Oh, that's pretty cool. There's a form where you can like give out you can describe a movie and actually figure it out. Like, for example, this one guy says, what 1980s American sci-fi horror movie has a female cyborg villain with a flamethrower arm or breast as a weapon? Okay, so he can't figure out if it's a breast or her arm that has the flamethrower inside. I'm going to check this out. This might be a useful site to me. Sci-fi and fantasy. Alienator. Huh. Weird. I'll have to check that out. I want to see if I'm overrunning. God, I want to figure out what this is. Okay, sci-fi. Horror movie. Arms. Mutant movie, 1985. What would that be? Mutant. Mutant creatures from a nearby chemical factory descend on the residents of a small town. 1984. No, and this looks like just an Italian movie. Mutants? No. Okay, someone described this. Okay, I saw a movie more than once on Sci-Fi Channel. It involved a one-armed man, I don't know how he lost his arm, who befriended a group of homeless people, so they weren't pirates, they were just home people, who help him build a lab out of junk. He creates an arm with a reptile tail. This is it, which can attach to his shoulder and he can control. A blender is used to mix human remains and special chemicals, which could then be injected into the amputee to regrow a limb. Oh. What is this? It's got a link. Severed ties? That's the... That's it? Yeah, that's it. 1992. Oh, that's the problem. It's a freaking Italian movie. Or German? Was it dubbed? I can't remember. It was so long ago. Hold on. Yeah, mad scientist uses a serum on a homeless crippled veterans to create... So basically he creates an army out of homeless veterans by regrowing their arms. This is the Italian schlock. This is Italian schlock right here. Here, I'll show it to you. Well, here's one clip. Here's one video. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. This is clearly them trying to resell it as something better than it is. Okay. So this movie I had in my head for so long. Turns out it was like Italian or German. Just like, let's see, obsessed with experimenting on human limbs, a brilliant scientist succeeds, regrows one of the amputee's arms. Unfortunately, the strange mixture of lizard and serial killer genes. Okay, I'm getting a shit ton of different like, well, what is this movie about then? Is it like a revenge movie? Is it like here's another thing. Like look at this cover. I think this is German. Yeah, look at that. Fangora, the master of horror, presents The Thing. Well, that's not The Thing. That's not The Thing. That's not The Thing. Severed ties. Yeah, that arm does look like it was made out of cinnamon squares. Hey, CR called my senator about net neutrality. He's an anti-Trump Democrat. That's good. Well, my senators are supposedly anti-Trump Republicans, except McCain and Flake, which, like, we have two Flakes. Flake and McCain. But anyway, hopefully that works out. God! I can't believe I figured it out. I found it. That's weird. What's this movie? Spasms. A giant serpent is captured on a remote island and shipped to an American college for experimentation. Oh, okay. Spasms. Why is it called Spasms? Wait, okay, this one's weird. Nightwish, 1992. A professor and 4 graduate students journey into a crumbling mansion to investigate paranormal activity and must battle ghosts, aliens, and satanic entities. Holy crap. Here, watch. Let's take a look at this. Night Wishes, huh? Oh god, that doesn't look... This doesn't look done. Like, she looks like she's got like a weird tooth. Here. Take a look at that. In your dreams, no one can hear you scream. Okay, so... God, this is all just schlock. No wonder people forgot about all this crap. No. We're not doing that. And Evil Speaks. God, I'm just looking at all these. Hey, the Spookies! I remember that. I Madman. God, now I'm just looking through. This is like when I was a kid and I never actually watched any of the horror movies. Oh, hey, Maz, how's it going? I never actually watched any of the horror movies, but I did enjoy just going through and looking at all the covers of just like, and it was actually ended up better because I would later watch all those movies on the sci-fi channels, and they were nowhere near as cool as what I had going on in my head. Except the gate. That one was pretty cool. Some of them were actually stayed up there. But yeah, even looking at the covers and just looking at the titles alone, they freaked me out way more than they should have. Time Bandits. Now, Time Bandits is actually not that obscure. I mean, it's pretty obscure. It's like a British film, right? But I don't think it's that obscure. But yeah, I can't believe it. After all these years, I finally... Blue Monkey. What? Okay, I gotta read this one. Detective Jim Bishop and Dr. Rachel Carson must find a way to stop a giant monstrous insect that's eating people in her quarantined hospital before it procreates and spreads its infection everywhere. Why is it called Blue Monkey if it's about giant aliens? What is... This doesn't even look... Look at this. Look at this. Maybe it's just a phase they're going through? They breed, they hatch, they kill. The tagline is, maybe it's just a phase they're going through. Blue Monkey. What? Again, what does the Blue Monkey have to do with anything? Shouldn't it be called like Quarantine or something like that? Anyway, that is the Artcast. The film ran out. So here's a bigger picture of what we've just drawn. That's weird. Now I'm on this weird horror kick. Blue Monkey. Why would it even be called Blue Monkey? That's dumb. No wonder people... I bet this was like made... Okay, that's another thing. In 1986, it was also released as Insect, which is a much better title. Blue Monkey. Okay, this is... Okay, look at this. Hold on, I got to show you this. This shows you what it's actually is about. There we go. There's a bad bug going around. And wait, is blue monkey like an actual phrase for a virus? Or is that just... I'm going to have to look up that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm just looking at movie titles. I finally figured out this movie that I've been looking called Sever Ties. It's a movie I've been had stuck in my head for years. Who made this? Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's what the movie's about. It's a big stupid bug and an excuse to have one. Columbia. Well, no wonder your dumbasses got bought out by Sony. Anyway, that's the picture. Not really that much of an insight on it. It's kind of like a Simpsons commentary. I drew it so long ago that I can barely remember what I did about it. I will say I am pleased with Mi Amigo in the background. And, yeah. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Anyway, yeah. I will focus on Kolchak. Thank you, Lucky Owl, for spurning all those memories, and finally tracking down all those weird movies. Blue Monkey. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up and see if like I gotta find out why is it called Blue Monkey. Now that's a new thing. I got that one movie out of my head. I know the title of it now, and I can look it up and rewatch it if I want to. But now I got to figure out why it's called Blue Monkey. Anyway, everybody, thank you for showing up. Yeah, I can definitely do more of these, but I'm going to try and maybe stream some Plants vs. Zombies in the next couple days. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow or the next day, but we'll stay tuned. And we'll see what's happening. But anyway, until then... ooh, sorry, had to belch. Until then, take care, be safe, and be cool. Anyway, see ya. Blue Monkey.